Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kurt, and welcome to what I used to call Patreon updates, but I feel like changing the name to just channel updates, because these concern everybody who is a fan, hopefully, who's a fan of my channel, and who is more than just a patron or not. This is update number 5. It's been a little bit since the last update. Been busy. It is Saturday, October 4th, 2014, getting kind of late. Hope everybody's still awake to catch this update, but I felt like getting this out today because recently our September 2014 month of patronage has been supported, and I really do appreciate everybody, obviously, for supporting Patreon, who are patrons. That the wording is still something that is beyond my grasp, but all the patrons out there, this is now the 3rd month of Patreon, and it's showing that my initial fears of having a first month surge of patronage and then having it drop off to almost nil is easing. That fear has eased as we are starting to see that, yes, this is consistent, and I do appreciate the consistent support, and I can't say thank you enough. This was kind of a big gamble for me, it feels like, and I really do appreciate the continued support. Thank you, you know, etc., whatnot, and indeed, in whatever order you want. But yeah, September was a pretty good month. I suppose for those of you who might not be keeping track, but the way Patreon works is that, like, at the end of the month, technically the first of the next month, is the support given for the previous month. So looking back on September, I would say September 2014 was a pretty good month. I did some quick math, probably incorrect, but I believe we had 54 videos, perhaps 55, not sure. 54 individual videos go up on the YouTube channel at KurtJMac, obviously Far Lands or Bust. We had the live streams. We've been trying to get consistent live streams once a week and putting those videos up on the YouTubes. Among the other games we played, and then of course we had speedrunners on and off there, and an active month. That's almost 2 videos per day. That's kind of what my goal was, to try to get more consistent with the YouTubes, and I do appreciate and hope you guys enjoyed the content going up there, and it's only going to lead upwards and onwards from here. Except, and this is the part of the update video that I start to talk about October. If you've been following me on Twitter, if you've been watching my videos and you notice my telephone ringing all the time, or you notice me on Twitter saying, oh, there's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of stress, this, that, and the other, October is turning out to be a very interesting month, and I hope that you will bear with me. I'm personally terrified of how this may impact my channel, my YouTube, much in the way that I'm sure Beef has talked about. He was quite terrified about his long vacation to Europe and then the participation in the Forza Fuel thing. This isn't that. As much as I would like to say, hey guys, I'm going on a whirlwind trip around Europe in supercars, that is not this. It's pretty awesome still, and it's getting worked on, and I do apologize, of course, for all of the vagueness about it, but that will be revealed soon. It is definitely something I want to include everybody on, but it has to become more finalized as the month continues. However, I'm afraid that October, and you could already probably tell in this first week, is not going to be another 54 video month. It's going to get pretty sparse around here, and that's all I can say right now, and I do apologize, and really a lot of the stress I'm starting to feel, like I started to perk up and feel a lot better when I started recording this video. I think it's because I'm not recording videos. That is when I get all my energy out and I feel most KurtJMac-ness. I feel the most KurtJMac. But yeah, that's probably one of my sources of stress. So I'm gonna... where am I going with this? The Far Lands or Bust is obviously my priority. I'm going to try to keep that up Monday, Wednesday, Friday throughout. There might be a week that I miss of that. So the other series I'm afraid, may get even sparser. My availability for the live streams near the end of the month, definitely sparser. Sparser, that is the word of the month, everybody. Sparser. So yeah, we're gonna be working on this, and I'm going to try my best to stay as active as I possibly can. And like I said, perhaps I should force it upon myself, because I'm actually starting to feel a little bit better now that I'm recording this video. And of course, until then, once again, I apologize for all the vagueness. Until then, the only thing I'm asking of you is maybe I'd appreciate avoiding the speculation. I know the vagueness is the most terrible thing I could possibly be doing right now, but I know how the internet can be, and I just appreciate waiting a few weeks, 2-3 weeks maybe, before I can reveal what's actually going on here to the best of my abilities. Just roll with it for me, and if you see other people speculating the rumor mills or whatever, I would really appreciate not participating in that. But I don't expect that from many of you, so I do appreciate your continued support. Of course, due to the strange October of 2014 for KurtJMac, that means I am going to have to shuffle around some up-and-coming projects. First of all, speaking of the podcast I was talking about, that we reached one of the milestone goals on Patreon, that KurtJMac would start a podcast, an actual proper audio podcast. Not a video game podcast like Far Lands or Bust is, but an audio podcast to be made available on the iTunes and whatever. I'm gonna have to delay that. I actually have the name, I have purchased certain things related to that, and subscription things, but I'm gonna have to delay that. I am kind of starting to think of a different, well, I mean, this was, here, let me just give you my quick, this is gonna be a long update video, by the way, so so get your hot chocolate out, get snuggly. My original concept was to have like a one-person podcast, but then have alternating guest hosts to kind of talk to, not so much interview, but actually be a guest host where we can talk about topics and things. And I'm starting to reconsider that now that I've really started to look at the grand scheme of other podcasts out there. It seems like it works best when there is a consistent group, like the Mindcrack podcast kind of works, and other more professional podcasts, I suppose you could say. The Mindcrack podcast is not professional. But, you know, you have like at least maybe 2 hosts who have a repertoire or something, and then you have guests on top of that. I'm not sure. I'm really thinking about that. Obviously, since this podcast is being supported and coming about thanks to my patron, I don't want to just bring somebody on as a co-host and not have them benefit from that as well. So there's all these thoughts swimming around in my head. So since I don't have a particular definite 100% let's get this started tomorrow plan, I am going to delay that, and it's going to be delayed a few months probably. Definitely it'll be, well, I don't want to say definitely, nothing can be definite, but before the end of the year it should be up and running. However, this is a compliment sandwich. We had good news, bad news. We just had the bad news, and now we're going to have good news as the bottom of the bun here. The good news is I am moving up the vlog channel. The stretch goal was for me to start a separate vlog channel, and I'm giving you guys, I gave my patrons kind of first dibs, but I'm giving everybody who watches this video second dibs on checking out the channel and subscribing. There's nothing there yet. There's a fancy header that I kind of put together in half an hour and an icon, but it can be found, and here's the name, drum roll please. That probably sounds terrible through the microphone. It's called Kurt Indeed. Yes, indeed. I had to go with that. I mean, I almost went KurtJMac Olive. KurtJMac Olive. Since that is apparently, I'm told, the kind of, you know, when you're a gamer and you make a vlog channel, you just do your name Olive. I don't know where I heard that before, but that's the going. Haha! Jokes. But, yeah, Kurt Indeed is where that is. So youtube.com/KurtIndeed. Everybody knows how to spell that, eh? And subscribe to that, and you'll be notified of the first vlog video I put up on that channel. And I'm hoping that works out well, and that is in part to hopefully include you in the update process as to all this behind-the-scenes stuff that's going on. Not the noise and construction that's happening outside of my window. I'm going to spare you of that, but yeah. Kurt Indeed is the new vlog channel, and we will get that up and running before the podcast. That is kind of the only major switcheroo I've done to the Patreon plan here. Obviously, as you know, a surprise was that I started the console gaming. I got my Xbox One over here, and we started playing Forza 5. Unfortunately, that is one of the series that's probably going to be taking a break while all of this crazy October of 2014 takes place, but we'll get things back up and running. What else do I want to talk about? Kurt Indeed. Yeah, that's big news. It's my second YouTube channel of all time. I've never started a second channel, and I probably started it and set it up and linked it to my current channel all wrong, and it's going to cause me such pain and headaches when I first start to upload videos there. But Kurt Indeed. Kurt Indeed. Oh, I want to talk about the Patreon rewards, specifically the physical rewards. What? No, the actual things that you get mailed. Those have been, well, they haven't been delayed. I have a plan set forth. I'm speaking, of course, I announced the mug and the tote bag that is a reward for patrons. And I announced and showed off the design that Axel Rosie made for us. It is the Farlands National Park logo, which I think is totally awesome. And I was planning on just handing the list of addresses and orders over to Spreadshirt, and they would be able to do like a bulk order and send those off all to you guys. Unfortunately, I just got the bad news that they cannot accommodate that, and I will instead be needing to make individual orders for each and every individual reward. So that is going to take a little bit longer than I thought. I thought I was just going to be able to hand them a spreadsheet and say, here you go, and send me the bill, and we'll be all squared away, but I have to actually go in and create individual orders through Spreadshirt. I'm a little bit, I mean, it's not, you know, it's not to be expected, I suppose, but I'm a little bit, what's the word? Chuffed? Is that the proper European word for being just a little bit vexed, if you will? That they couldn't accommodate that, but we're going to make that work. We've already got the whole system and the design up on Spreadshirt, so there's no moving. So I've got to make about 80 individual orders through Spreadshirt, and we'll get those out as soon as we possibly can. The postcards, however, I am sitting next to a stack of about, what is this, about 70 or so postcards, and I have about another 80 to go. They are labeled. They have the proper stamps, they just require my signature, and those will be dropped off in the mailbox this week. So you will be getting your postcards. Everybody who is part of the Patreon page, who is pledging in the postcard, almost everybody, what is it, everybody above $10, I believe, gets the postcard. So those are going to be heading out soon, so look forward to those, and I do appreciate, I mean, this is one of the things I wanted to mention once again. I'm not, you know, I shouldn't be surprised about this, but when I started up the Patreon, I was a little bit worried that if there were delays like this, specifically with the rewards, that people would start to, you know, jump down my throat. Oh, where's my reward? Where's blah, 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 blah. You're all Southern grandpas, apparently. But I've not gotten a single message like that, and that just goes to show that the people who are supporting on Patreon are far more concerned about reaching the milestones and just supporting the work that they enjoy, and I really do appreciate that. Once again, I opened saying thank you, and I will say the same thing here. Thank you very much for being so supportive, and I'm just I suppose I'm just asking a little bit of patience going into October here. It's good things. These aren't bad things. These aren't bad things happening. These are good things, but they just require a lot of work. A lot of risk on my part, and once we get through them into November and December, it quite possibly could lead to the best November and December ever for everyone. No, I don't know. I don't know how your life is going, but I hope it's going well. But the best November and December and onward and upwards that we can have here on Kurt J. Mac, and now on Kurt Indeed, and on the eventual podcast, and with our console games, and our Farlands or Bust, and raising money for Child's Play charity, and all that crazy stuff. I don't know how long I've gone for. Oh, we're going past the 15-minute mark here. I can see the thing there. Yeah, this one I actually, my previous, if you notice, my previous Patreon what were previously known as Patreon updates were very scripted. I had a full thing of notes like I do with Far Lands or Bust. This one, I have very sparse notes, just a little outline, and I tried to make sure that this was off the cuff. It's 8 o'clock p.m. here, Central Time, and I just wanted to get this out. And the big news is introducing you to the vlog channel, Kurt Indeed. So go subscribe to that if you are interested in seeing my silly mug on camera. It's one of these things, I want to like buy a nice camera, but maybe every vlog channel, you go back and you look at the first videos and they're all like recorded with like a cell phone or a little crummy webcam. So maybe I should just stick with that tradition and hold off on the fancy focus, soft focus, special soft boxes vlog channel stuff. I don't know, we'll see. I've got a lot of other things going on in the background. I have no room for soft boxes or special lighting or fancy pants SLR camera lenses. I'm rambling. I think that's time for me to end it off here. So if you do have any questions, good luck. I can't reply to YouTube comments. I will be able to on with Kurt Indeed. Maybe I'll start doing that. I'll start replying to comments via Kurt Indeed, because when you set up a new YouTube channel, you are forced to open up a Google Plus thing. So yay! I'm not going to be active. Don't follow the Google Plus of Kurt Indeed, because that's going nowhere. Just go to youtube.com/Kurt Indeed and check that one out. Yeah, I think we got all of it. And we'll hopefully, in the future, these updates perhaps will show up via vlogs instead of these crazy audio things with old video game videos in the foreground. And we'll have good times with that. Good times ahead. So yeah, thank you once again for supporting me through September. Whether or not you're a patron, all my fans, everybody who watches Far Lands or Bust, comments, sends me cool stuff on Twitter and all that crazy stuff, and on the Reddit, who shares all the links on the Mindcrack Reddit, and I do appreciate that. And yeah, thumbs up, fingers crossed, indeed, whatnot, etc. My name is Kurt. I will see you next time.